Well, I'd say good morning, but it's really not that good of a morning. The only thing good about it is I got a big old mug of coffee. This is my second one of the morning already. New York has fallen. Welcome to the largest human experiment ever done. PsyOps 101. Started over 250 years ago for the United States. I've been saying for a very, very long time that everything that you've been taught about history your entire life has been a lie. I think right now, what's going on is a test. A test to see how much people can actually take. A few weeks ago, it was in the UK. They rose up. Nothing came of it because all they did was protest. Now, you see the largest city in the United States fell last night. And we're going to see a huge decline. A huge decline. I listened to something this morning that states the predicament with New York and fits to a T. So I'm going to play that for y'all. Let me just go over here and set it up first. I'm not going to go full screen with it. But I'll play it here. Oh, let's see here. He said all the right words. I don't understand why that didn't happen with Minnesota, Michigan. Starting in Texas, people are starting to speak out about it. So let's talk about President Trump's closed door meeting with the Republican senators. I already know that for a fact that he wants them to use the nuclear option. But the question is, are they going to have the balls to do it? They're afraid that if they do it, then the Democrats are going to turn around and do it to them the next time they come into get in charge. But the point that I'm trying to make to these people is that everything that we've seen I don't even know if my sound was going through. I think I had the wrong microphone turned on. I don't know. But I think you got the gist of what I'm talking about. The videos that I played. We have to do the nuclear option. There's absolutely no other way to do this because for the first month, maybe month and a half, even 2 months, we can do without the government. But it's going to start taking a toll. People think that okay, yeah, we don't need the Congress, we don't need the Senate, we don't need any of this, but you know what, we do. We just need it on a smaller scale. But people need to get smarter about how they vote. The only people that should be allowed to vote are American citizens that have a voter ID. You have to show ID to buy cigarettes and to buy alcohol. You should have to show an ID to do something as important as voting. I mean, it's just common sense, right? Common sense. Now, as I was saying, that we're living in like the world's biggest, longest psyop. I think it's been going on for over 250 years. We're gonna turn to the United States will turn 250 years old in July. Okay, but there's been people here much longer that came here to settle much longer than that. The first major settlement was in Virginia, Jamestown, in 1607. They planted a placard there basically stating that they were claiming it in the name of God. But where I'm getting about history of being lied to, we know they came here in 1607. And we know when they came to the New World, it was virgin. There was nothing here except Native Americans that lived in teepees or wigwam huts. But in reality, as we move northward from Virginia along the East Coast, and then soon after that started moving westward, we found buildings that were already here that had the first 2 to 3 stories, if they were a multi-story building, buried under the ground, under dirt, mud. Oh, Mr. E, that's conspiracy. That's not proven. Oh, there's lots of proof. There's lots of pictures. Lots of pictures. There were actual photographs of San Francisco and Los Angeles before any people went to settle in some of these big, ginormous buildings with the big, beautiful marble columns, limestone brick. They were already here. They had to be slightly dug out. There were other buildings too that dug out. So we've been lied to. I would pull out my Bible, but I got some stuff sitting on it. But the very last phrases in the Bible say that nobody should take away from the words of this book. Otherwise, they would basically go to hell. Okay, they weren't going to go to heaven. But I think that the true biblical history has been hidden from us and held back. And I say this because even in our Bible, it talks about Enoch, and it talks about the book of Enoch as a reference. But the book of Enoch isn't included in the Bible as canon. The Catholic Church, the very group of people that have been lying to you for your entire lives, that basically formed the breakoff of the Lutheran Church and the Baptist Church and everybody else. What we have is an incomplete Bible, but I think what's in it for the most part is true. But the truth of our real history has been held from us. They're keeping us from our full potential. As Jesus said, that at how he heals, we can do that and much more wondrous things. But it's been hidden from us. They're keeping this stuff from us, keeping us from our full potential, keeping us as sheep, as we can tell by what happened in New York. I looked at a chart the other night. Did you know that in the state of New York, there are more Republicans than there are Democrats by like 20-fold, maybe even more? But the city of New York, if we look at the way that our voting is done and who showed up at the polls to vote, and why would there be bomb threats at 5 different polling stations in New Jersey? Did that happen in New York too? I just saw New Jersey. But who's voting? Did they have to show an ID? Were they U.S. citizens? Why did this Zamdani dude, why did he think only people of a particular religious sect from certain countries specified under that religious sect? Why did he think only them? Why did he not think Americans? I'll tell you why, because Americans didn't vote him in. They cheated in New York. Newsom is going to cheat in California. We know there's a plan. And we know that we're getting impatient for this plan to roll out in its complete form. We know all these Democrats are corrupt, along with their Rhino pals. They're Republicans in name only. They hate the United States. They hate us. Just like the guy in the video said. They think we're a stain. How much more pissed off are we going to get, people? How much longer are they going to continue to do what they're doing before patriots decide they've had enough? How long did it take for the Boston Tea Party to happen? To stand up and say, nope, we're not going to do it anymore. What's happening to us now is just as bad, if not worse, because it's a different group of people that are in charge. So let's see if our politicians on the Republican side of the House have some balls and they will take and do the nuclear option. There is no other choice. The Democrats are not going to be in charge in 4 years. They're not going to be in charge come the midterms. I think most of America already knows who is causing the government to be closed right now. We know it's Schumer and his wacky women in the background, his junior Congress people that are running the show. And to be honest with you, I don't know why Ilhan Omar hasn't been impeached and kicked out of this country. I don't know why AOC's not in jail yet for being in the way of ICE. She was impeding justice from being done, and she's already been shown to be guilty for that, and she's still in there making choices for Democrats. And Chucky Schumer, this guy's corrupt from way back. The good news is Nancy Pelosi, after 94 years in politics, is now going to be out. Chucky Schumer's been in 1 year less than her, I think. He should be gone. The old rhinos are falling down on their face. They should be out. They can't even walk, much less make a decision. And the decisions they make are not in line with what the Republican voters that put them in the office wanted. We need a whole reformation on our government. We got to get the snakes out. All of them. All of them. So hurry up with the little state in the Middle East that begins with I, getting them taken care of so we can get the rest of the snakes out. There's still a lot to be done, and it can be done quickly. But this hurry up and wait, making us wait it out and suffer, it's going to be done, because I can guarantee you that people have had enough and they aren't going to take it anymore. Okay? I'm a pretty patient person, but after last night, I saw the writing on the wall. I'm almost out of patience completely. I'm almost out of patience. Almost. So this is what we got to deal with, folks. This is what we got to deal with. I got my war paint out. Not too much longer before it goes on. I said something on X this morning that basically the people of New York let evil in their house, and they not only let the evil in, they gave him cake too. I'm not even going to waste my breath on a prayer for them. I should. I'm supposed to, but I'm not going to. And I'll ask for forgiveness. But for the rest of you out there, I love you. Be safe. Keep your head on a swivel. Be aware, situational awareness, because I guarantee you things are going to start getting worse. I think we're in that time. I'm going to do some more talks on our history and the lies that we've been told and what we've been taught. We got to get people back on track. And there are people out there that are putting some good stuff out there. I am going to do reference them. I mean, why not? I mean, they're doing good work and they're putting good information together. There's no reason to recreate the wheel, right? So I'll give them a shout out too. All right. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Try to have a good rest of your day. Be safe. God bless.